Jai Sachidanand, welcome Atmas to continued uh, lesson level 1, Gujarati lesson, narrating the Who Am I? Q&A by Dadashree. आप सर्वनी अंदर बैठा हुआ परमात्मा है तेन भक्ति थी अभेद बारंबार त्रिकार नमस्कार 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 जय सच्चिदानंद. Welcome from Beckley, West Virginia. We have a brilliant sunny day. The temperatures are 18 degrees Fahrenheit with a scattering of snow, not much accumulation, and most of the snow is dissipated. Jai Sachidanand, welcome. I'll share the screen. We have the glossary page open for quick glance. Here we go. Where we left off on the narrative, Karta Naimetik Karta. Karta Naimetik Karta. Karta means a doer. Who is the doer? Doer is you do it as part of the evidence. So naimetik. So you are not the doer, but you are the nimit, or the one who is appointed, the subject who is in the as part of the whole process of scientific circumstantial evidence. So you are not the doer, but you are part of the evidence, and only one part of the evidence. Many parts comprise an event. So you are part of it. You are not the doer. So, so that is the title. We'll continue. Prashnakarta, ખરેખર પોતે કરતા નથી તો પછી કરતા કોણ છે? પ્રશ્નકર્તા, ખરેખર, truly, પોતે, oneself is not the doer, કરતા નથી, not the doer, then who is the doer? So this is a good question. If you are not the doer, who is the doer? અને એનું સ્વરૂપ શું છે? સ્વરૂપ is form. What is its qualities, or the form, quality form? અને એનું સ્વરૂપ શું છે? What is its form? Dadashree. So the question is asking, if you are not the doer, then who is the doer? What are the qualities of the karta, or the doer? Who does it? And so can you explain the form of that person who is the doer? So Dadashree says, એવું છે નૈમિતિક કરતા તો પોતે જ છે. Dadashree, એવું છે, it's like this, that the doer is oneself. Doer is oneself, but he is in a position of like a messenger. He is not the one who is doing it, but it is the evidence that one is doing it, and so he is not the doer, but it's intermediate person in the whole game of events, game of events coming together. પોતે સ્વતંત્ર કરતા છે જ તો છે જ નહીં. પોતે સ્વતંત્ર કરતા તો છે જ નહીં. પોતે oneself is not an independent doer at all. Indeed, one is not the independent doer, but naimatic karta છે. He is a part of he's as assigned doer, assigned. So let's look at the naimatic. It's not coming to me right away. So we'll go to naimatic. Definition of nimit and naimatic. Naimatic is an instrument, apparent doer, passed on through an instrument. It's an evidentiary instrument, one of many evidences. So let's distill it down to an instrument. So you are an instrument, and just like the cogs of the machine are the instrument of action. So you are the cog in a machine. So you are an instrument, and you are not the doer. એટલે પાર્લામેન્ટરી પદ્ધતિથી કરતા છે. એટલે પાર્લામેન્ટરી પદ્ધતિથી કરતા છે. પદ્ધતિ means the organization or the organizational operative principles. The operative principle is parliamentary. Is parliamentary paddhati karta chhe. So the operative it operates like a doer in a parliamentary system. Paddhati, system, operation, operative. Parliamentary paddhati એટલે parliament paddhati એટલે what is a parliamentary system or system of operation? એટલે પાર્લામેન્ટમાં બધા વોટિંગ હોય અને પછી છેવટે પોતાનો વોટ હોય ને તેના આધારે પોતે કહે છે કે આ તો મારે કરવું પડશે. Gem, like in the parliament, all are voting, and finally, then finally, your own vote then after your own vote, and then after your own vote, you say, on the basis of that, you say that I have to do this. So it's a common, it's an operative is the parliament system where you vote, and depending on your vote, decision is taken as to what is to be done. So what you have to do. એટલે હિસાબે કરતા થાય છે. So on inspection, on the balance, hisab means balance, or when you analysis, hisab means analysis. With the final balance of the analysis, you are said to be the doer. આ યોજનાનું સર્જન થાય છે. એટલે હિસાબે કરતા થાય છે, આ યોજનાનું સર્જન થાય છે. So યોજના means project, surgeon means creation, surgeon થાય છે. એટલે હિસાબે કરતા થાય છે. On balance, the final account, Hisab means accounts. On the final account, you are attributed as a doer, and therefore the project is created. Yojna karna pote che. Yojna karna pote che. Oh, Yojna. The organization, the doer of the organization is your own self. Yojna karna pote che. Organization is done by you are the you create the project or organization. કરતાપણું ફક્ત યોજનામાં જ હોય છે. કરતાપણું ફક્ત યોજનામાં જ હોય છે. So your doership is fakta means only. Kartapanu means the doership. Karta, do the act of doing. Panu means referring to the ownership of karta. Kartapanu. The doership is only in the proposal of the project. Yojnama amni sahi che. So in that project, you have signed in. પણ તે જગતને ખબર નથી. You have signed on to this project, but that the world does not know. ખબર નથી. They do not know. પણ તે જગતને ખબર નથી. But the world does not know that. આ નાના કોમ્પ્યુટરમાંથી ફીડ નીકળે અને મોટા કોમ્પ્યુટરમાં એ ફીડ જાય. એવી રીતે આ યોજના સર્જન થઈને મોટા કોમ્પ્યુટરમાં જાય છે. So it's like you feed a small computer, you get a feed out of the nikre. Feed nikre means what is fed is comes out, and you feed and you feed that into a larger computer. It is like that it is like that every day. In this way, this yojana means this project is created and goes into the larger computer. આ મોટું computer પછી એને વિસર્જન કરે છે. And this big computer then enhances the creation, or is brings it to fruition, the project. Visurgin, it means creates the physically create. Visurgin કરે છે એટલે આ surgeon and visurgin. Surgeon is to create, and to visurgin means the physical creation, physical, it materializes. In other words, the creation is materialized. એટલે આ ભવમાં આખી લાઈફ વિસર્જન સ્વરૂપે છે. એટલે આ ભવમાં આખી લાઈફ વિસર્જન રૂપે છે, જેનું સર્જન ગયા ભવમાં થયેલું હોય છે. એટલે so in this life, in this whole life, akhi life, in this whole life, then it becomes fruition, physically comes into fruition. Physical fruition or physical creation in this life, and its creation, that is in the creation of which occurred in the previous life. So the thoughts, the proposal, everything comes into first into your thoughts, and then it becomes real in the following life or the afterlife. So your creation is occurring in the previous life, and the physical form occurs in the coming life. એટલે આ જ ભૌમાં જન્મથી મરણ સુધી વિસર્જન સ્વરૂપે છે. So, in this life, from birth to death, all is in the physical form, occurs in the physical form. So the physical fruition or the results from the previous lives are achieved physically in the physical form in this life. The previous life's creation results in creation of physical form in this life. પોતાના હાથમાં કશું નથી, પર સત્તામાં જ છે. પોતાના હાથમાં કશું નથી. It is not in your hands. Nothing is nothing. Kasui nothing, not anything. Kasui, not even the, not anything, anything. Nothing is in your own hands. Everything is in the jurisdiction or the control or the is in the jurisdiction of per means not yourself. So it's in the non-self. Nothing is in your hands, but in the control of the other than yourself. So you don't have any control. Basically, whatever is decided in the previous life happens in this life. So you have no control, and you and if you and it's not in your control, it's in the other control. What is the other control? We'll come to that later. યોજના થઈ કે એ બધું પછી પર સત્તામાં જાય છે. So you can create an intent, vow in this life, create an intent. You have some intents, vow, needs, icha, all of those are going on in your mind, and then it is pushed into being in other jurisdiction which you don't have any control over. Yojna thai, once you have created or when you have a project proposed a project, then it is pushed into the jurisdiction of the other, not you. You are not in control. Everything happens in the control of the other entity. રૂપકમાં એ પરસત્તા પછી અમલ બજાવે છે. રૂપકમાં in the realization of the form, that the realization of form occurs under the control, under the final form is in the jurisdiction of not your control, and that sets into motion amal. He carries out. The Parsata carries out the project forward in the physical form. Ele rupak judu છે. So the form is different. So the form is different. Rupak Parsatane tabe છે. The form is in the under the control. Tabe means under the control of Parsata, the jurisdiction that is not yours. The form is not under your jurisdiction. That's all they're trying to say. But some other entity, Parsata. आपने समझाई छे? Can you are you able to understand? आवाज बहुंडी छे. This is deep talk. Undi means deep, bahu deep, much. This talk is much deeper. Continue. Karta pad thi karma bandh. Karta pad thi karma bandh. On the level of doership is the binding of the karma. If you are on the stage of doership, then you are bound by the karma. The doership results in binding the karma. પ્રશ્ન કરતા આ કર્મના બંધનમાંથી છૂટવા માટે શું કરવું? પ્રશ્ન કરતા questioner is asking, how can we free ourselves from the bondage of the karmas? What is શું કરવું? પ્રશ્નકર્તા is asking, what can we what to do for releasing one from the bondage of karma. Dadashree says, આ કર્મ એ તો કર્તાના આધીન છે. આ કર્મ છે તે કર્તાના આધીન છે. Dadashree is saying, this karma, this act, karma, act is on the jurisdiction of the doer. The act is dependent or under the control of the doer. The act is under the control of the doer. એટલે કરતા હોય તો જ કર્મ થાય. So if there is doership, then only the karma occurs. So if you own the act, then only the act happens. Karta na hoy to karma na thai. If you do not have the ownership, if you do not have the doership, then act does not happen. Karta kem. What is doership? Why doership? Kem means why. Why doership? Why doer? આ આરોપિત ભાવમાં મુકામ કર્યો એટલે કરતા થયો. આ આરોપિત ભાવમાં મુકામ કર્યો એટલે કરતા થયો. ભાવ, intent, mukam, to reside. Mukam karyo, to reside. So, karta thayo, you have become the doer. Aropit means, aropit is an accusation state. Aropit bhav. This intent is accuses, accusatory. Aropit means you take you accuse or claim, wrong claim. Arop means wrong claim, wrong accusation. Arop means accusation. આ આરોથી ભાવમાં મુકામ કર્યું એટલે કરતા થયો. So you are in this in the you are residing in this state of accusing intent. It's an accusative intent. Arati bhav. Accuse your you are in the state of accusation. You are in the intent of the accusation, uh, and therefore you have become the doer. So there are the intent is false. In other words, false accusative intent is if the intent resides in the state of accusation, accused intent, then you are the doer. પોતાનો મૂળ સ્વભાવ આવે તો કરતા છે જ નહીં. So you are saying you say I. I is in this in the there are two states, right? One is I and the other is my. If you do an action and you say I did this, then you are in the state of my. In the other state, in other words, it's the state that is written with a false claim that you are the doer. And the other stage is I'm not the doer. And so it's in the doer stage is not the correct state, which is your worldly state. So in the worldly state, you will say I did that. In the state of the self, the non-world state, you do not take that doership status. આરોપી ભાવમાં મુકામ કર્યું એટલે કરતા થયો. પોતાના મૂળ સ્વભાવમાં આવે તો કરતા છે જ નહીં. So if you come into the key or the prime state of the self, swabhav means non-self. Non-self is the worldly state, and swabhav is the self. So if you come into the prime state of the self, then you are not the doer. મેં કર્યું એમ કહ્યું એટલે કરતા થયો. If I say I did this, then you are the doer. એટલે કરનો આધાર આપ્યો. So you gave the basis for the act. You gave the basis of the basis for the act. Because you say you are the doer, so the karma is assigned to you. The act is assigned to you in the non-self. હવે પોતે કરતા ના થાય તો કર્મ પડી જાય. Now, if you do not become the doer, then the act topples down, parijay. The come doesn't happen. In other words, if you are not the doer, then the act does not happen. Niradhar kariye to karma parijay. If you pull the support, adhar means support, niradhar means no support. If you do not support that or pull the rug underneath the doership, then then the act falls down. એટલે કર્તાપણું છે ત્યાં સુધી કર્મ છે. એટલે કર્તાપણું છે ત્યાં સુધી કર્મ છે. So till there is the doership, then there is karma. There is no doership, then there is no karma. No karma to bind. छूटे देहाध्यास तो नहीं करता तू कर्म, नहीं भोगता तू देहनो एज धर्मनो मर्म. श्रीमद राजचंद्र. छूटे देहाध्यास तो नहीं करता तू कर्म, नहीं भोगता तू देहनो एज धर्मनो मर्म. One chute means once you are free from the alignment with the body or the feeling or the attachment, the ownership of the once you are free from the appreciation of your worldly self, worldly body, from the bounds, the appreciation of your body form, then you are not the doer of the act. If nahi bhokta tu tehno ej dharmano, and you are not the enjoyer of that fruit of the karma. That is the meaning. That is the meaning in your of the dharma. The meaning of the dharma is that you will, if you are not the doer, then you are not the enjoyer of the act of doership, and that is the meaning. That is the essence of the dharma. Srimad Rajchandra. With this, we will end our current lesson, and we'll begin in the coming session. Continue with the narration. Who am I? Q&A by Dadashree. आप सर्वनी अंदर बैठेला परमात्मा ने अत्यंत भक्ति थी बारंबार त्रिकार नमस्कार नमस्कार नमस्कार. Jai Sachidanand. Till we meet again.